What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Self-Assured episode 2, where I'm going to take you through just a little bit of my day as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, what today looks like as a whole. And I'm also going to be giving you an update on where we're at with having a coach, working on my fitness goals, and just where things are overall, just a general update. So today is August 22nd, 2023 for context. And I just had my second check-in with my coach yesterday. And so I was actually really just proud of the week as a whole. And I'm excited to share a little bit more about that and how good it feels to just do things for yourself, not for anyone else, not for Instagram, not for approval, but just to feel good about keeping the promises that you make to yourself, and just plans where we're going from here, and just kind of giving you some insight into the series. So today the plan is to I'm doing creative work all morning, so basically going to be filming videos like this, podcast episodes for the PCC podcast, which launched yesterday, so go check that out on Apple and Spotify. And also going to be doing some call reviews for my team this morning. Then I have calls pretty much back to back all afternoon, starting at 1 with clients and prospective clients and staff members, and just going to be super engaged on all of that until I believe 5:30 p.m. And then at 5:30 I wrap up, and today's workout is going to be a run, 30 minutes of low intensity cardio. So I'm going to take that outside and go on a jog. So overall, this was my first good week checking in with my coach. I really dialed in on focusing on hitting my target macros, even though they were higher than I wanted them to be and have been used to them being, which that challenge in and of itself showed me that a lot of the problems that I thought I had were not the problems that I actually had. So for example, I thought that for the past 6 months plus, I've been having a willpower problem, that I have had a sweet tooth that's just so uncontrollable, and I was stress eating at night and I was snacking. And the reality of it was, I just wasn't eating enough. I was eating pretty low calorie carb in general, just by habit of like not a ton of hunger. It was just what was around. And I've had to be really intentional about making my calorie intake more dense lately. But with that has come the basically complete lack of cravings. I am craving free. I am tired of food. I don't want to eat food. At the end of the day, I'm trying to get all my calories in as early as possible in the most dense way possible so I don't feel full or bloated. And that is a big shift, if you can imagine, right? So it's interesting because I thought that I had a willpower problem, that I was the problem, but I really just wasn't eating enough. So it was eye-opening because it's just what we help so many women do, but it's like until I stepped into those shoes, I didn't realize it. So that's pretty cool, pretty crazy. I'm also really proud of getting in 5 workouts in the week and prioritizing movement pretty much every single day except last Thursday. Last Thursday, I basically worked from sunup to sundown and I felt like shit. And I realized, wait a second, that was like my reality every day for a while before I really started reprioritizing my health. No, it's no wonder that I felt like shit. Like I didn't move all day, and I used the walking pad a little bit, but I just didn't go outside. I didn't see the sun. And so it's just like eye-opening to see the contrast of how much more energy and creativity I feel when I just put the time in for myself. And that's an important part of my job now. And so I'm proud of all of that. And I'm also proud of sticking with a morning routine. So I have been this past week and today waking up at 6:30 every single morning, which is earlier than I've woken up in a very long time. But that extra 30 to 60 minutes compared to when I was waking up was a game changer. And it really was just like, all my coach said to me was kind of, not literally, but he said, get your head out of your ass and just get up earlier, because you're a CEO and you need to be up before people start messaging you and pinging you all day, and focus and get your intentions right. But I've been reading Proverbs every morning, just a little bit, because the Bible is intimidating to me. And That's something that I let hold me back from even starting to read it for a very long time, but it is a part of my life that I have been being pushed and pushed and pushed to pursue. And I've been basically avoiding it, questioning it, all of the above, because I can be so logical and such a skeptic that I'll even just talk myself out of these things. But there have been so many signs in my life that have pointed me in that direction, that have told me, Marissa, you need to make this a priority. So yeah, so just working on my faith and starting my day with a little bit of the word and some prayer, which is something I've never done before. So that is new, but starting with that, and then journaling and specific journaling prompts, a couple of affirmations, a couple of main targets for the day, and then 3 things that I'm grateful for and why I'm gonna make it today great. That has been really, really nice. It's from a custom journal that my coach actually sent me, and it has the prompts on it. So that's really nice, because journaling can oftentimes, I feel like I need to sit there and write for hours. And I always feel like I'm doing it wrong. So that has been helpful. So I'm really proud of that, because the little things, it's the morning and the evening that you really don't realize make such a huge, huge difference in your day-to-day, in your headspace, in your clarity. And that has made all the difference for me. So really proud of that. A couple of things that I need to work on are, number 1, actually weighing my food out. I know it seems like a stupid thing, but I kind of just stopped and like didn't restart when I started tracking my food, because I'm so used to eyeballing my portion sizes. I've been doing for years. So actually just dialing in the details now, because those details do matter at this point with getting my baseline and getting things accurate. And then just like the little accuracies, the little details, like for example, I have this step counter that was $10 off Amazon, and it sucks, by the way. I haven't figured out how to really get it to work right, but I'm gonna try it in a different way today, putting on my pants in a different angle. But I've been kind of estimating my step count, because I refuse to wear an Apple Watch and I can't find the charger. And just tracking things a little bit more diligently and being more accountable in that way, because for this phase of my life, for this season of my fitness, that is a requirement. And it's not necessarily all super sustainable long term, but it is a priority to me right now. And so I just recorded a podcast on what is sustainability in a diet, by the way, which I think if any of that resonated with you, I think you'll love. So that's what I'm working on. And then finally, just kind of the next steps, like what are we doing next? And so we're gonna be starting a fat loss phase. And I actually went a little back and forth on this at first, because I was like, I don't know, like I feel really good just following through on the promises that I'm making to myself. But on the same token, there's a part of me that wants to prove that I can, and to see the results that are possible for me with this kind of new phase of my life where I haven't been dieting, I haven't been restricting. I think my body will respond very well, and I'd love to see myself be a little bit leaner, and maybe even schedule a photo shoot out of it. And so I brought that to my coach, and I was just kind of open and transparent. I said, hey, I want you to tell me what you think is going to be best. Like, if you think it would be best to focus on maintenance, recomposition, and consistency through the end of the year, through the holidays, and then cut in the new year, I'm game for that. But if you think that we can jump into it, I am also game for that. And he was basically like, I think you should cut, I think you should do it, because it's just going to be really valuable, like you said, for proving that you can do it, and you're just going to feel better by the holidays in order to enjoy Thanksgiving. And if we want to cut in the spring again, we can, but it will be like such an easy little mini cut. So with that being said, I was like maybe leaning a little bit into some complacency, or just realizing that it's really not all about the way my body looks, it's about how I feel in my skin. And I feel better when I'm following through on the promises that I make to myself, regardless of exactly my body fat percentage. But I'm excited to take this next step into fat loss, dialing it in, being in a deficit, embracing the suck. And I'm sure there's parts about eating all this food that I will miss a lot. So that is an update overall on the goals. and I will take you through kind of a little bit of the rest of my day here. And yeah, we'll just have a day in the life of a CEO. We are running with the doggo. Sprints, buddy. Oh my gosh, just doing an at-home workout. Just finished a glute circuit. That's what I have on Tuesdays. So I do this workout from home. It's just a 30-minute cardio session. Mine ended up being 39 because I'm a slow runner and I thought 3 miles would take less time than it did. So 3 miles, and then that glute circuit that you just saw, it's Brett Contreras. This is not mine, it's not my coach's even, so you can feel free to check it out. I'll put the YouTube link in the description below. But had a bunch of calls today. One of them was particularly interesting because I had a client tell me that we undersell our program. And if you've ever been a business owner or sold something and been told that you undersell, you're like, damn, should I charge more money? I'm just kidding. But it was really valuable feedback because she really pointed out that we don't talk about in our marketing a lot of times the stuff that we really do and capitalize on helping women with. So that's something that I want to do a better job of. Hey buddy. And specifically talk more about what we do. So if I had to sum it up in short, what we do is not just here's your nutrition plan, here's your training, good luck, go at it, but it's truly about how we help women find the tools to discover more about themselves and heal themselves from within. Because the women that we work with are perfectionists, are people pleasers, are all or nothing, and they hold themselves to this impossible standard. I know this because I'm a recovering one of these. And they're ready to look at their health and fitness differently. They want to have a more moderate approach. They want to have moderation in their life, not be beating up on themselves constantly about their health and their fitness. And our program helps our clients do that because we're not just giving them a sustainable nutrition plan, but we are helping them unwire their freaking brain from the decades of disastrous self-criticism they've been putting it through, to actually have compassion and understanding for where they are, why they are where they're at, and how to actually undo the pattern in a productive way versus a destructive way. And the road to get there, to do that, is ugly. It's not pretty, and it feels like trying to fish out wins that seem almost insignificant under a mound of things that could be criticized or improved upon that aren't as notable as the things that we would otherwise accomplish if we were doing a 30-day quick fix. So that's what we do. And I hope that I'll be able to articulate that more and better in the future. But for now, just enjoying a nice evening. I'm feeling like I'm getting bit a million times by bugs while Aaron and the dog run some sprints up our cul-de-sac. So an interesting night, but my afternoon was packed full of calls and was very rewarding in that way. Finished those calls a little bit later than I anticipated, but totally okay with that. And ate about half of a bagel, and then from there moved forward onto the run and then the workout. So that is my Tuesday, and then we're probably going to watch a lot of Suits and eat a good dinner and go to bed by like 10:30 is the goal. Lights out 10:30 so that I can wake up at 6:30 and have a productive Wednesday, which is a client day. So I'll probably do a week in the life to kind of give you a picture of how everything is split and how I spend my time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to this channel for the rest of this series where I become the most self-assured and confident version of myself, but also for tons of content, our PCC podcast, our Barbell Lifestyle podcast, and tons of other content we're going to be bringing to you guys here on this channel, all about helping empower you for the skills and the tools and the knowledge that you're going to need to have the healthiest and most confident version of yourself for the rest of your life. So thanks again for watching, and I'll hope to see you back in the next video.